What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here with your third stimulus check update. And well, apparently, some Republicans are pretty mad today, as well as President Joe Biden has changed his mind on something on the third stimulus check package, or maybe he was forced to change his mind. And we're going to go over the latest details of everything else in the third stimulus check package. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss out on video updates on the third stimulus check package, as well as the student loan forgiveness that is really heating up and probably becoming a very real possibility, as well as other things such as mortgage and rental assistance, Social Security increases, and everything else in the third stimulus check package, such as these monthly stimulus checks that are now proposed for people with children. Yeah, there's a lot coming out in the third stimulus check package, so don't forget to give this video a like, and let's jump right in. Republican House of Representative lawmakers were fined $5,000 each for bypassing House security screenings yesterday, and they're not very happy. Two Republican lawmakers are now facing $5,000 fines for bypassing metal detectors while entering the U.S. House of Representatives chamber after Democrats voted this week to impose the punitive measure to enforce compliance. Republican Representatives Louis Gohmert and Andrew Clyde were issued fines by the Sergeant at Arms over incidents that occurred Thursday, according to a senior Democrat aide. The fines are being issued after the House Democrats voted on Tuesday night to establish the fines, which are $5,000 for the first offense and $10,000 for the second offense. Lawmakers can appeal the fines to the House Ethics Committees, but if the panel upholds the fines, they will be deducted out of the lawmakers' paychecks and cannot be paid with campaign or congressional office budget funds. Louis Gohmert said that he had left the floor momentarily to use the restroom and was unaware that he needed to be wanded again by a police officer again. He says, quote, "Unlike in the movie The Godfather, there are no toilets with tanks where one could hide something. So my re-entry onto the floor should have been a non-issue." Republicans are also blaming White House staff for the lack of a bipartisan agreement on the third stimulus check package. Republican senators who met with President Biden at the White House on Monday told colleagues after the meeting that the White House Chief of Staff, Ron Klain, was standing in the back of the room shaking his head no throughout the meeting. Quote, "There's certainly a mixed signal from him on the unity message," talking about President Biden wanting unity going forward for his 4-year tenure. Senator Kevin Cramer says that Joe Biden was very engaged and well prepared for the meeting. But I also heard that his chief of staff stood at the back of the room and shook his head no at every single point. Senior White House officials said that Republican senators should be more focused on passing the third stimulus check package relief legislation other than pointing the finger at White House advisors for not agreeing to an underfunded proposal. A White House official said Republicans came to the meeting in good faith, but it appears that they'd rather play the blame game than have a substantive conversation about this bill. Republicans were good with $160 billion for state and local funding when President Donald Trump was president, and the number now is zero. If they want to have a serious conversation about the third stimulus package, then let's get help to the folks who need it. Let's start with how much in local funding they were willing to give to Donald Trump. President Biden also said yesterday that former President Donald Trump should not be getting intel briefings. Biden believes that Trump should not receive intelligence briefings because of, quote, because of his erratic behavior unrelated to the insurrection. President Biden declined to speculate, but suggests he sees no value in Trump continuing to receive intelligence reports. Quote, "I'd rather not speculate out loud. I just think that there is no need to give him the intelligence briefings. What value is giving him an intelligence briefing? What impact does he have at all, other than the fact that he might slip and say something?" Also, it looks like President Joe Biden may have changed his mind or been forced to change his mind about something, actually a key part of the third stimulus check package. President Biden said he hoped to work with Republicans on the third stimulus check package, but he said on Friday he wanted to act fast. Mr. Biden told O'Donnell he won't budge on the amount for the $1,400 stimulus checks, but he's willing to negotiate on who qualifies for the checks and on whether a minimum wage increase to $15 an hour will be included. President Biden said he doesn't believe a minimum wage increase will ultimately make it into the third stimulus check package, also known as the American Rescue Plan. The president said the $15 an hour minimum wage is apparently, quote, not going to occur because of the rules of the United States Senate. President Biden says, quote, I put it in, but I don't think it's going to survive. That's what she said, right? Instead, the president is preparing to work on the standalone $15 an hour minimum wage proposal. Says, quote, my guess is it will not be in the third stimulus check package. But I do think that we should have a minimum wage stand by itself, $15 an hour, and work your way up to it doesn't have to be boom. And all economics show if you do that, the whole economy rises. I am prepared as President of the United States on a separate negotiation on minimum wage to work my way up from what it is now, which is, look, no one should work 40 hours a week and live well below the poverty wage. And if you're making less than $15 an hour, you're living below the poverty wage. So it looks like President Biden may have changed his mind or has been forced to change his mind. It looks like right now the $15 an hour minimum wage will not be included in the third stimulus check package. This is very different because it was in there. So it looks like they may be forced to go a standalone bill route on the $15 an hour minimum wage. And this is because it was pretty much voted out by the Senate through the amendment process. Remember, we had the amendment process and the reconciliation process that has now been voted yes on in the House and the Senate. Those are the two initial stages of the third stimulus check package that have now been passed. And in the Senate, it was Vice President Kamala Harris who broke the 50-50 tie. She has now done that twice and have given the edge to the Democrats with a 51-50 vote in the Senate on the opening stages that have now passed on the third stimulus check package. This has led to now the Senate can forge ahead with the $1.9 trillion stimulus package, the third stimulus check package, after they literally voted all night long yesterday until 5 a.m. when they finally got the bill passed in the Senate. This is the initial stages of the reconciliation process. That is the kind of the opening stages to pass the third stimulus check package. Remember, because they don't have bipartisan support and they don't have 60 votes in the Senate, basically every single Republican voted against the third stimulus check package in both the House and the Senate. Not a single Republican said yes to this process or to this vote. The Democrats are going to pass this third stimulus check package completely on their own with the reconciliation process. And basically, that has additional legislative procedures that they're passing now to pass the third stimulus check package. Honestly, the wheels are in motion on this, and it's really just a matter of time and what the exact details are, like this $15 an hour minimum wage now coming out because it was voted out as an amendment process. The amendment process is part of the third stimulus check package because they're using the reconciliation rules. So basically, they're going through this process right now, and they're in stages passing the third stimulus check package. Here's what Chuck Schumer said on the Senate floor just yesterday.
We cannot repeat the mistakes of the past. We cannot do too little. We cannot lock our country into a long and slow recovery. We must instead respond to the urgent needs in our country and chart a bold path back to normal. We must make sure our country and its citizens have the resources to survive the remaining months of challenge. That struggling businesses can access loans and grants, that state and local governments, and yes, tribal governments, are not forced to cut essential services, and millions of essential employees. That our doctors and medical workers can administer the vaccine as quickly and as widely as possible. That's how we get back to normal. That's how we survive the months in between till we get back to normal.
As they are now passing these different parts of the third stimulus check package, Representative Jim Clyburn says your $1,400 third stimulus check is coming, quote, within a week of approval as they're now passing these parts of the third stimulus check package right now. House Majority Whip Jim Clyburn, a Democrat from South Carolina, told Yahoo Finance that the $1.9 trillion stimulus price tag is, quote, enough to rescue this economy, but should be bigger than that in the long run. That's enough to rescue the economy for now, but we're going to have to stimulate the economy later on. And I think we'll hear from the president in his address to a joint session of Congress what he proposed to stimulate the economy. If Democrats succeed in getting this package approved, Americans can expect even more stimulus during Biden's presidency ahead. And this is basically akin to the fourth stimulus check package called the infrastructure package, or also the Build Back Better package, which has already been announced by President Joe Biden. And House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says that they're already working on in the background the wording and the documents for the fourth stimulus check package that will likely come about a month or so after the third stimulus check package. So they're pretty much holding their promise that there will be multiple stimulus checks and stimulus packages until the pandemic is over. And the third stimulus check and third stimulus check package is pretty much far from the end until the pandemic is at its end. So I will be keeping you updated on all these different stimulus check packages and programs. Make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss out on updates. Click the bell icon so you get notifications when we go live. New videos come out every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., 8 p.m., and 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Share this video with your friends and family so that they know what is going on with the third stimulus check package and these other programs such as minimum wage, mortgage and rental assistance, Social Security increases, student loan forgiveness. We cover it all on this channel. You can click this top video here to watch my newest stimulus check video next. And this video teaches you how to start your own business selling products on Amazon FBA. I have dozens of students that have replaced their 9-to-5 income selling products on Amazon, and I teach them how to do that. Click on one of those videos to watch them next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.